the square board that is given is the most popular and interesting game played worldwide. The name of this game is Sudoku. It is very confusing to see that there are numbers in the board and some spaces are not filled. Now why is it so? It is the player who is going to fill these boxes, unfilled spaces. Now before going to the rules, it is important to know why this game is popular and interesting, and why it is important to play this game regularly. This is because if you play this game, it will increase your ability to think. You will be logically smart. If you play this game regularly, you can act decisively, promptly and correctly for any situation. So this game I have included in the reasoning playlist just because if you play this game, your logical sense to approach any problem will definitely increase. Now coming to the rules. Okay, before going to the rules, let me explain you this board. You see, this board is having number of rows, row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Similarly, having different numbers of column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. So, and also in this board there are 9 grids, GRIDs. This is grid number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 grids total. And I have mentioned these grids with different colors. Now with rules, rule number 1, although there may be number of rules to play this game, but I will use 3 rules to solve this Sudoku. Now rule number 1, it states that for any given row or column, you need to fill with numbers from 1 to 9 in such a way that no such number is repeated. For example, for this given row, 2 is already there, so you cannot place any other 2 in these boxes. Similarly, for this given column, 7 is already there, so you cannot place 7 anywhere in this column. Likewise, for any grid, which is rule number 2, for any grid, particular grid, no number can be repeated. For example, 4 is already here, so you cannot place 4 anywhere in this particular grid. Okay. Now, rule number 3 is you have to search for any particular grid or row or column where maximum numbers are there prior to the game. Now with this, let me start playing this game. You see, using rule number 3, this grid, you see maximum numbers are given. Now only one number which is not present is 7. Now come to this row. Two numbers are not there, that is 2 and 8. So you cannot place 8 here because of this 8. Because of rule number 1. Okay? So if 8 is already there in this column, you cannot place 8 here. But 2 and 8 has to be placed in this row. So 8 can only be filled in this box. Write 8. And the one which is left is 2. Write 2. Now come to this grid. You cannot place 4 anywhere in these two boxes because of this 4. And let's start with 3. You cannot place 3 here in these two boxes because of this 3. Similarly, you cannot place 3 here because of this 3. Now the only place where you can place 3 is this. Now once 3 is done, let's try with other numbers. For example, 4. You cannot place 4 here in these two boxes because of this 4. Now the only place where you can place 4 is this. Now with 2, you cannot place 2 here because of this 2. So the place where you can fill 2 is this. Now the only number which is left for this grid is 5. Now come to this. You have to check that where you can fill the number easily. You see here, 2 numbers are not there. That is, at a glance you see that 7 is not there. 7 is here. 2 and 3 is not there, right? You cannot place 2 here for this row because of this 2. So only place left for 2 is this. Correct? Now the number which is the 1, 2, 3, right? Now check for this grid. You cannot place 4 here anywhere in these boxes because of this 4. Similarly, you cannot place 4 here because of this, and 4 you cannot place here because of this 4. Now only place left for 4 is this. Okay, look at this grid. You need not have to remember how to solve this puzzle because this is different for different Sudokus. The only thing is that you have to act randomly. You have to select random numbers and try to fit in the numbers in these grids or rows or columns. For example, I see that in this grid 6 is missing. At a glance we see 6 cannot be placed anywhere in these two boxes because of this 6. So only place where I can place 6 is this, right? Okay. Now left is 7 and 9. But I see I don't know where to place 7 and 9 because I have there is one clue. 9 we cannot place here because of this 9. And so the place where I can put 9 is here. The number which is now left for this grid is 7. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have to solve very fast. Now for this column, which number is missing? It is 2. Now for this grid, we cannot place 4 anywhere in these two boxes because of this 4, and likewise we cannot place 4 anywhere in these two boxes because of this 4. So only place where you can put 4 is this, right? Now with 6, for this particular grid, we cannot, 6 is already there, 5, yeah, come with 5. 5 we cannot place here because of this 5, we cannot place 5 in these two boxes because of this 5, so only place where I can put 5 is this. Clear? And 8. So only two numbers which are left is 1 and 8, but there are no clues up and down, left or right for 1 and 8. So keep this grid aside for some time. Let's try with some other grids where you can easily put the numbers. 4. Okay, you see for this grid 5 cannot be filled here because of this 5, so we cannot. Now which number is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6 and 8, but there are no clues to put 6 and 8 anywhere in these two boxes because there are no clues from up, down, left and right. So 6 and 8, keep it aside, keep this grid aside and look after some time. Let's solve with other grids, columns and rows. Okay. Now 4, yeah, for this grid we cannot place 4 here because of this 4, we cannot place 4 here because of this 4, we cannot place 4 here because of this 4, so only place left for 4 is this. Now you see for this column 2 numbers are required, 6 and 8, and also for this rows 2 numbers are there required, 6 and 8, as there are no clues as of now. So keep these two things, we can check it afterwards. Okay, now look at this grid. We cannot place 5 anywhere in these two boxes because of this 5. We cannot place 5 here as well because of this 5. We cannot place 5 here because of this 5. So only place where I can put 5 is this. Okay. Now see this column. Which number is missing? The number which is missing or can be put is 6. Clear? Okay. Now come to this grid. We cannot place 6 here because of this 6. We cannot place 6 here because of this 6. So The only place where I can put 6 is this. Clear? Okay. Now, now you see, in these two boxes, 6 has to be there anywhere. But we cannot place 6 here because of this 6. So, place where I can put 6 is this. And 8 is now clear here. So, which number is left for this column? It is 3. Right? Now see, for this grid, we cannot place 2 here because of this 2. We cannot place 2 here because of this 2. So only place where I can put 2 is this, for this grid. Right? Now the number which is there left is 1 for this particular column. And here for this particular grid, which number is missing? Is 8. So for this grid, we cannot place 8 here because of this 8. We cannot place 8 here because of, okay, you see this column, very easy. One number is missing, and that is 6. Right? Now, for this grid, you see, we cannot place 9 here because of this 9. We cannot place 9 here because of this 9. We cannot place 9 here because of this 9. So only place for 9 is this. Right? Okay. Now, okay, we cannot place 7 here because of this 7. We cannot place 7 here because of this 7. So only place for 7 is this. Now for this grid, only 2 numbers are missing, and that is 1 and 8. 8 we cannot place here because of this 8. So put 8 here, and remaining is 1. Let's write here. Now for this column, maximum numbers have been filled. Now only number which is to be filled as per rule number 1 is 8, right? Okay. So for this grid, which number is left? 1. Right? Okay. Now check with this grid. Which number is missing? 1. 1 we cannot place anywhere in these two places because of this one and this one. Now 1 has to be here. Now 8 and 7. We cannot place 8 here because of this 8. 8 has to be here. Now the number which is left is 7. Now you see how easy it is to solve this Sudoku. This is a basic Sudoku which I have shown to you. There are critical Sudokus as well. But if you practice this basic type of Sudoku, it is very easy and very interesting. You see how easily we have completed this Sudoku.